Well, welcome back. Did you know that millions right now of children and teens live in homes with loaded guns that are unsecured? And that every day in America, more than 100 people are shot and killed, often accidentally.
And with so many young people home from school and gun sales surging in Texas during the COVID-19 pandemic, the conversation about safety is more important than ever. Joining us now with more on a campaign to keep our families safer, Lisa Tynan with Moms Demand Action. Lisa Tynan, it's been a while since we've had you on Houston Life. Welcome back. Let's talk about this movement, because right now on social media, you're seeing a lot of people posting orange images. What is the orange all about? How does did this start?
So it has some not so pleasant start to it. The Hadia Pendleton was a 15-year-old girl who, just a week after performing at President Obama's second inaugural parade in 2013, was shot and killed. And her friends and her family wanted to honor her by wearing her favorite color, which was orange. So that's sort of how the movement started, but orange has actually long been representative of gun safety. Hunters wear orange when they're out in the woods hunting. Other groups, such as a group in New York called Life Camp, use this color. So it's a really meaningful color for the gun violence prevention movement.
And really, what the message here is about gun safety, locks, and securing if you do have a firearm in your home in possession. Is that correct?
Right. So in addition to the Wear Orange movement, Moms Demand volunteers also work very hard at a movement called Be Smart for Kids. And that very much focuses on safe gun ownership. If you're going to own a gun, just make sure you're securing it. Having a secure firearm can help deter some of the, I think it was 260 children each year under the age of 18 can gain access to a firearm and unintentionally shoot themselves or someone else. So just having even a simple trigger lock all the way up to those really fancy biometric gun safes can prevent really unnecessary tragedy.
Yeah, and I think we can all agree, Lisa, that having a loaded gun get into the hands of a child is not something that anybody wants. We should point out besmartforkids.org, totally nonpartisan organization, and they actually have 5 tips for gun owners who may have not considered that a risk is present. SMART is the acronym, and we can see the tips on the screen. And Lisa, so around 4.7 million teens and kids currently live in households where there are loaded guns and they're unlocked, correct?
Correct. That's correct. And because even if you don't own a gun, because your child may be over at a friend's house, that's why that A in Be Smart is so important. Even just asking about the presence of an unloaded gun in a friend's home can help keep them safe. You ask about allergies, you ask about if they have a dog or a cat in the home or a pool that they might have access to. The suggestion is just ask if there's an unloaded and unsecured firearm. And you can actually keep your kids that much safer, even if you yourself don't own a gun.
It is part of the conversation, and let's be honest, I mean, kids have toys, Nerf guns and other toys that resemble the shooting back and forth that kids want to do, some kids want to do. So to have and ask those questions, I remember the first time asking a parent if they had a gun in their house, because I almost felt guilty there for a second, but then I thought, well, this is my child that I'm leaving in someone else's care and hands, and it is a question. And as a matter of fact, that parent said, my gosh, I never even thought about asking that. I have been on a scene where a child has been accidentally shot. I can still hear the screams in my head when rolling up to that scene. So it is a conversation that needs to happen. What can we do this weekend, Lisa? Because this is the time you're asking people to wear orange and really have the conversation.
Yes. So in the past years, Wear Orange has been a very public and community-oriented celebration. Because of the pandemic, unfortunately, we've had to take our events virtual, but it's been amazing to see just how quickly everyone has turned around and changed their plans to still honor and remember those, 100 people every single day in this country are killed by gun violence. And so we encourage members of the public to wear orange, tweet, post on Facebook, #WearOrange. You can actually visit over my shoulder here, wearorange.org, or you can text 64433, the word orange, and you'll get information about virtual or in-person events in your area. That footage you just saw was our beautiful memorial tree grove in Northwest Houston. And we wrapped just under 400 trees to honor the lives of the almost 400 people who were killed by gun homicide just in Houston and Harris County alone last year.
Lisa, it's an important topic, a conversation we all need to have. Thank you so much for your time today. We'll be right back.
Thank you so much for letting me talk about it.